cough, a sneeze, a leg tap. Hell, had you put your arm around her to console her, you would be an overly consoling husband. There is no way to win out here in this arena. And it's fruitless some days.
I mean, what I always say, in the way they've been treated is, like, even if, like, I mean, I'm just throwing this out there, like, if somehow they turn out to be involved, like Chris and Katie or whatever, I would still feel exactly the same way as I'm feeling now. I think that they've been treated like garbage, given that there's no evidence at all.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Like, people go, hey, you might be, it's like, I don't exactly what I've seen a million times, and it's just horrendous. And by the way, that JLR guy, I don't know if you guys, but like, it feels like one of these days somebody's going to have to file a suit against somebody like that.
I hope so.
Creating such horrendous and almost like a dangerous situation. I mean, if I was Katie, I wouldn't stay at home. I mean, there's no way in hell I'd stay at home by myself in that house with these lunatics running around outside with pitchforks and torches, and there's no way in hell I'd do that. And they act like that's bad. Some people go, if it was my kid, I'd never leave. Well, you don't know what the hell you would do if you were in a town where everybody was made to hate you, and you're all by yourself, and your husband's out of town working somewhere. I think it's just crazy the way people think. It's like this mob mentality, So I don't know. This just drives me crazy.
Oh, but his ex-cohort said that she's a soldier. She should be able to handle it. She shouldn't be scared to live by herself. It's like, do you think she's got a big machine gun sitting in her underwear drawer that she can protect herself with? I mean, come on, people.
Well,
there's something to be said that, let's keep in mind where we live. Okay.
Yeah.
There's probably only one other state that's just as pro Second Amendment as Tennessee, and it starts with the letter T.
Wyoming, we're constitutional carry too.
Land mass population wise, I think Texas and Tennessee's got you beat.
We can carry concealed and open.
You don't even need a permit to conceal carry.
Baby, you don't even have to have a background check. I can walk in and walk out. If I got cash, I can walk in and buy a gun just like that with no background check. And I can pack it underneath my bra and no.
Be careful. I will say this much. Be very careful saying that on a channel. And here's why.
Right.
Federally, you don't have a choice but to do a background check when you buy a pistol, period. You have to do them. It doesn't matter where you are, what state you're in. You have to do a federal background check, period. Now, long gun, different story.
Yeah.
You have to differentiate the two.
Almost seems counterintuitive in a way, right? I mean, it seems like if you got the long gun, you'd have to get federally background.
One would think
pistol would be more like self-defense, but
well, you'd be surprised though. There's a lot of litigation out there right now when it comes to firearm safety and firearm purchasing, but there's not one state in this country you can walk into a store and buy a pistol off the shelf without doing a federal background check. Because if you are doing that, ATF's gonna be knocking on your door.
Yeah, here in
Not
Oregon,
even antiques.
took
You
me,
can't buy. Can you
like,
still buy antiques though?
That depends. Are they fireable or non-fireable?
Okay. So
There's some caveats to some of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
well, sometimes they have the rapid. Like I went in to get mine, they had it was kind of a rapid test, and then, but I mean a rapid application, but it didn't happen, so I had to wait till the next day. And I actually ended up getting a revolver. The thing is, I always feel like they're safer because, that one in the chamber, it's like you're just never quite sure, when you're.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no one gun that's safer than the other. They're all the
Yeah.
same.
Well, I mean, in terms of you can see that the bullet, you can be absolutely certain it's clear with a revolver. You just flip out the thing and you see that they're all empty.
You can pull the slide back and make sure it's empty too.
Yeah.
Gray, I would say this to you: with 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 a one that takes a magazine, yeah, you may only have one in the chamber, but with a revolver, you got 6 in the chamber at all times. So think about it that way too.
Yeah, but it's also like, well, the one I have doesn't allow. It's not I think it's a double action, not a single action. Like I can't cock back. It's like I think a Smith and Wesson 620, 642,
610?
642, I think.
Oh,
It's really kind of a light concealed carry gun, but man, when you fire that sucker, it's just boom! It feels like it's just absolutely blasting your hands back. It's not because it doesn't have any weight to it.
so you're carrying like a 357?
Yeah, so it was a 38 special.
Oh, 38 snub nose.
Yeah.
It's a snub nose with probably a 3-inch, 3.5-inch.
It's just so much really massive kick for such a little gun like that. I mean, I guess that's why there's no weight to counter the.
There's no barrel.
Yeah, and also that too, right? Exactly. Yeah. So. Anyways,
no, I mean, in this state, I mean, we were both military. We are both pro Second Amendment. So, no, that's not a threat to anybody. It's just that's just our views. We are pro Second Amendment. So I'll let you venture down whatever path you so choose to with that. But yeah,
Right.
My question though is why did it have to be that way? So why turn it into a Salem witch trial when it was so unnecessary?
Exactly.
That's the whole point here is it just went too far in harassment and threats and all that. So I don't agree to. And another thing, talking about Nancy Grace, I mean, I would not have